think of it as a comprehensive job description for every single Christian, whether you go to work every day teaching third graders at a public school or directing the operations of a multinational business conglomerate or piloting a 767 from Los Angeles to JFK. To seek the welfare of the city, to fulfill the Jeremiah 29:7 command. Your work, whatever it is, your work should be, number one, creation fulfilling. Most of us are familiar with what we call the Great Commission, Matthew 28:19, which is to go to all the nations of the world and to make disciples there. But did you know that the Great Commission is not the first commission given to the people of God? No, the first commission given to the people of God is to develop the earth and make it a better place for humans to live in. It's what we call the creation commission. You see, God put Adam and Eve into his world as his co-creators. That's part of what it means to be made in his image. We are made to be creators like God is a creator, and he put us as his co-creators into an unfinished world. In fact, when God created the world, do you remember the word that he used over and over again to describe the world that he made? Good, that's right. And God saw all that he had made, and it was good. Now, scholars point out good means good, but good, you see, is not perfect. Perfect in Hebrew means complete. It means cannot be improved upon. Good means that the raw materials are there and they are good, but there are still improvements that can be made. God has put us into a world that was good, a world where the raw materials of flourishing are there, but he leaves it up to us to perfect those raw materials, to turn seeds into gardens, to shape sand and rock into buildings, to turn musical sounds into symphonies, to codify principles of justice into legal systems, to blend colors together into works of art. In so doing, we are co-creating with God, extending the beauties of the Garden of Eden to the ends of the earth. That is the creation commission, and it's an important part of our witness, because as we do that, hear me, we are giving people a foretaste of God's kingdom. We are giving them a taste of the world as God intended it to be. Our work, in fact, was to be, in and of itself, our first act of worship. In fact, the Hebrew word for work in Genesis 2 is the word abad, and it shares the same root word with worship, which is aboda. The work that God gave Adam to do in the garden, the abad, the assignment, the task, was Adam's first work of aboda, worship. So it's like Tim Keller says, God's first command to Adam was not to grab a harp and compose. His first command was to grab a knife and shape. Or consider this will blow your mind. The first time the phrase filled with the Spirit is used in the Bible is Exodus 31. Here's where the first time we see the phrase filled with the Spirit. The Lord said to Moses, see, I've called by name Bezalel. How many of you have heard of Bezalel? This is the first guy filled with the Spirit. I have filled Bezalel with the Spirit of God to what? To preach, to write worship songs, to pray in tongues? No, I have filled him with the Spirit of God with ability and intelligence, with knowledge and all craftsmanship to devise artistic designs, to work in gold and silver and bronze and cutting stones for setting and in carving wood, to work in every craft. Get your mind around this. The first time the phrase filled with the Spirit is used in the Bible, it's about a man's artistic ability, not his preaching or praying ability.